Hillary Clinton speaking out tonight about the FBI's decision to review some newly discovered emails that may be related to an earlier investigation.
Danville police tell us items stolen from storage units in the city were later dumped on the side of a road.
A Fleming County family searches for answers as they search for a man missing now for more than 2 weeks.
This is WKYT News at 11.
If you don't have outdoor plans the next few days, you might want to make some.
Oh, yes. The last weekend of October will be unseasonably warm. I emphasize that word. We begin tonight with our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey, and your no-wait weather forecast. You're not sweating just yet, are you?
No, I'm not going to sweat this one out. You know what, guys? I spent the better part of the day outside in our weather garden earlier today, and what was not to like about that? Now, as we go into the next couple of days, the temperatures are really going to take off. Late evening numbers are into the 50s, and we're putting the brakes on that temperature slide as a warm front lifts its way from southwest to northeast. That's separating the slightly cooler air that we had early today and the really warm stuff that took the 80s all the way up into parts of Nebraska a little earlier today. And that's going to continue to surge on into central and eastern Kentucky as we go through tonight. And certainly by tomorrow afternoon, a lot of thermometers may be knocking on 80 degrees as we roll our way into the final Saturday of October. Cold front, though, that is out across the high plains will make a run at us by late this weekend. Some late evening data showing that front may actually impact the weather around here late Sunday into Halloween. The hour-by-hour forecast, guys, has a few changes from earlier. What about the 7-day? We'll show you both of those when I come back in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Chris. A surprising announcement today from the FBI. The FBI is reviewing thousands of additional emails related to its investigation of Hillary Clinton's email practices while she was Secretary of State.
This comes just 11 days before the election, and new tonight, Clinton responded to the FBI's announcement. Greg Boswell has our top story at 11.
It was nearly 4 months ago that FBI Director James Comey cleared Hillary Clinton of any criminal wrongdoing for using a personal email server while she was Secretary of State. But on Friday, Comey sent a 3-paragraph letter to Congress, writing, agents on an unrelated case had learned of the existence of emails that appear to be pertinent to the Clinton investigation.
We are calling on the FBI to release all the information that it has. Even Director Comey noted that this new information may not be significant, so let's get it out.
CBS News has learned the investigation involves former New York Congressman Anthony Weiner, the estranged husband of longtime Clinton aide Huma Abedin. The FBI confiscated a laptop the two shared. Separately, Weiner is under investigation for allegedly sending sexually explicit messages to a 15-year-old girl in North Carolina. Comey said the emails must be reviewed to determine whether they contain classified information. Both the White House and the Clinton campaign were blindsided by Comey's decision to look into thousands more emails in an investigation they thought was closed. Donald Trump seized on the news at an event in Maine.
The American people fully understand her corruption, and we hope all justice will finally be served.
Comey did not put a timetable on when the updated investigation would be completed. Craig Boswell, CBS News, the White House.
New tonight, investigators are trying to figure out what led to a crash that killed 2 people in Adair County. It happened on Highway 206 at Sanders Ridge Road, not far from the Casey County line. The Adair County coroner says a truck and 4-wheeler collided. The 2 people who died have not been identified. Investigators say a 3rd person was airlifted to the hospital with unknown injuries.
An unusual discovery today on the side of a Boyle County road. Police say they found many items they think were stolen from storage units. Danville police say those items were dumped along Ingleside Drive. Now they're hoping to find the people who own them. WKYT's Monique Blair has the story new at 11.
A pile of belongings found on the side of this dead-end Danville Road Friday afternoon. Turns out those items, police say, were the leftovers that some thieves didn't want.
We've had a rash of break-ins. People are going in these storage units and taking people's personal items.
Police posted those discovered items on Facebook, and it didn't take long before one woman realized some of those items were hers.
Sometimes these items are all they have to remember someone by, and she was very happy to get those items back.
I talked to that woman on the phone. She told me her storage unit here was broken into earlier this week. And although the thieves did keep several coins, she was just happy to get back the items that truly matter, like documents and pictures belonging to her deceased parents. The irony, she says, though, was that she got a storage unit hoping to keep her items safe while having work done on her home. Turns out her things were not as safe as she thought. Danville police tell me every single one of the storage units that have been broken into have been locked. The problem with that is that the thieves are simply cutting these locks.
There's like $750 worth of locks and latches that have been cut at these various units.
Police still have some of those items that haven't been claimed, so if you have a storage unit in Danville, now is a good time to check on it.
I mean, they're spread out all over, so they're all getting hit.
In Danville, Monique Blair, WKYT.
His family says no one has heard from him in more than 2 weeks, and tonight they're worried about a missing Fleming County man. His family says it's not like him to be gone this long without telling anyone. New tonight, WKYT's Garrett Weimer talks to the man's mother.
Family members say Red just hasn't been herself lately.
This is his best friend in all the world.
Then again, it's been a tough couple of weeks for everybody.
All you can do is sit and imagine what's going on.
16 days since they last saw Wes Maddox. His mother says all she can do is hope her son is still alive.
I hope he's somewhere where he's warm and not out in the rain or the cold. I hope he's somewhere having a good time, and when he does come home, I can kick his butt for not contacting me. But I don't believe that's, after all this time, I'm not believing that anymore.
Family members say Wes didn't go anywhere without his dog. In fact, they say Wes was last seen here at Fleming Mall Plaza on October 12th when a friend says they stood outside with Red while Wes was inside a store here. They say Wes was in good spirits and chatted with them for a bit. Red came home 4 days later, alone and hungry. There's been no sign of Wes.
I just want to know he's alive somewhere. I don't even have to know where he is. I just need to know that he's alive.
Maddox says she's called everyone she knows to call and looked everywhere she knows to look. With every passing day, holding onto hope gets harder.
Hug your loved ones and let them know you love them. Because you may wake up one morning and nobody's there.
In Fleming County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
A Clark County grand jury has indicted an elderly man in connection to a crash that killed 2 women earlier this year. 84-year-old James Pelfrey faces manslaughter and assault charges. Back in June, police say his car hit 2 cars on the Winchester bypass, killing 62-year-old Sarah Helfrich and 35-year-old Juanetta Mitchell. From jail today, Pelfrey told us his car crashed because headlights blinded him.
The last time I remember seeing the speedometer, we were going 55 miles an hour. But he says, the detective said, the speedometer says we were going 81 miles an hour. I don't know that.
Police say the indictment came after investigators turned over vehicle data and reconstruction findings.
Dealing with a warm front right on top of the Bluegrass State. Up next, we'll show you how that leads to a summer-like Halloween weekend. Some changes, though, in the hour by hour. We'll share it with you after the break. Stay with us.
Your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Dealing with a toasty forecast, to say the least, for Halloween weekend into the first couple of days of November. What an absolutely gorgeous Friday, though, that we are putting to bed. Some of us this morning, especially across the Bluegrass region, waking up to a little frost on the pumpkins. This afternoon, we hit 70 in a lot of areas. Where are we now? Let's look outside, find the thermometers into the 50s. Most of central and eastern Kentucky. Low to mid 50s that are showing up just about each and every location except Bluegrass Airport. We do have some clouds across most of the region as of now. Those clouds are coming in on the nose of the really warm air that is out across parts of the Mississippi Valley. This is ahead of a cold front. You see that warm front. That's the dividing line, by the way, between that one and done chilly shot we had last night and early this morning versus the warm air that is shooting in here tomorrow. Though, keeping an eye on this cold front that is out across the high plains right now. It's been modeled to get very close to the Ohio River for several days now. Models kind of oscillate on exactly how close that gets to the Bluegrass State. I'll show you one model that gets a little closer to home. Forecast for the day tomorrow, enjoy it. Temperatures will be quickly warming up to around 60, 75 to 80 coming up tomorrow afternoon. It's your Halloween weekend. Saturday, it's warm, it is windy, mostly sunny skies that will be out there. Sunday's forecast, still windy and warm, chance for a shower, especially into the north. Nothing too scary about your Halloween. Temperatures still look very warm for most of the area. I say most of the area because I want to show you a new hour-by-hour forecast that will highlight the northern parts of the area. Noontime on our Saturday. Soak it up, 70 to 75. 4 or 5 o'clock into the afternoon, soak it up even more, 75 to 80. Flirting with a record across much of central and eastern Kentucky. Out and about on your Saturday evening, many of you won't even need a jacket. With temperatures, he says, into the 60s, upper 50s to near 60 to begin the day on Sunday. Winds are going to be gusty this weekend. By noon, mostly sunny skies, deep into the 70s. Look what happens, though, by 5 o'clock in this latest model run. We're into the upper 70s to near 80 southern Kentucky. This run has some rain and 61 in Covington at 5 o'clock Sunday. Here's that weak front trying to slide farther to the south. This is just one of several computer models, but it's the one that takes this front the farthest to the south now, with a chance for a shower around as we go into Sunday evening. The hour-by-hour for Monday, Halloween. Look at that. 60 Covington, 62 Lexington, 76 Russell Springs. So one temperature on Monday isn't going to fit all. I knocked a degree or two away from that high temperature on Monday just in case that front does exactly what that hour-by-hour says. So me and the hour-by-hour are fighting just a little bit. We'll see how it goes this weekend. Jim will update that Halloween forecast that may continue to whittle a few degrees from that. Okay, let's say it's just 65 to 70. You're going to complain about that?
There you go.
No, not at all.
No, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Brian and Lee Kay have all of tonight's high school football highlights coming your way next in Game Time.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of WKYT High School Game Time. I am Brian Milam. He is Lee K. Howard, the father. And can you believe it, Father? The last week of the regular season in high school football.
I can't believe that, son. Which means the playoffs are right around the corner, and it will be an exciting sprint to the finish. And, of course, the state championships the first weekend of December. We start tonight at Lexington Catholic. After starting out the season 1-5, the Knights swept their district for the title. Meanwhile, Southwestern coach Larry French solidified his place in Kentucky high school history, picking up his 300th win last week. It's our game of the week. Here's Ryan Lemond.
Best finish of the year in this one. We go straight to the fourth quarter, and with Southwestern leading 16-14, Lexington Catholic freshman quarterback Bo Allen hits Ben Buchanany, who goes 14 yards. That put the Knights up 20-16 in the fourth. Then Southwestern, their last play of the game, 4th and goal from the 3, 46 seconds on the clock, and Trevor Brock scores to put Southwestern up 22-20 with 41 seconds left. That was just enough time for Knights to move the ball down the field. And then Connor Fry hits a 23-yard field goal as time expires. Knights win it 23-22.
You just come out and you do what you do. I have to give it to my team. They got me in that position, and I just do my job. I'm doing my job.
You don't seem too excited about it. You just kicked the game-winning field goal, son.
Got a lot of hits to the head after that one, so, you know, trying to keep it in.
He shared some thoughts on a paper on a senior essay, and it was kind of about the pressure of a last kick. And then he comes right into tonight and puts it right down the middle.
Earlier this season, Connor Fry missed an extra point that could have won the game for Lexington Catholic against Covcath. Tonight, Connor Fry is a hero. Knights win it 23-22. Ryan Lemon, WKYT, Game Time.
Thank you, Ryan. Not to sound like Billy Joel, but for the longest time, Madison Central and Madison Southern didn't play each other in football. When they did start playing, Madison Central dominated. That changed in 2013 when Southern won 2 straight thanks to a man named Damian Harris. Tonight, Central trying to make it 2 in a row. John Clark is pumped, trying to get the crowd going. Down 13-0, Southern's Landon Stacy in the flat to Shonez Goodlow, and Goodlow is goodbye. Touchdown, 13-7. Well, you are too, pal. You are too, says the man in the mask. Who are you? I'm Jim Caldwell. Thanks for asking. Ahead 16-7 in the third. The Indians' first possession is finished off by Gavin Holberg. 13-yard scamper and then dives in for the touchdown. Central takes it over Southern 28-14.
Boyle County looking to make it 4 in a row over Dunbar. Bulldogs starting quarterback Gavin Bugg was out with a concussion. The backup quarterback Trey Homer left with an injury in the first half. So here is Nate Gay out of the Wildcat going 54 yards for the game-tying score, 7-all. Boyle, though, would respond. Sam Tiller, wide open Nick Walker. He's walking it in. The Rebels go up 14-7, and that would hold up. Boyle takes it 14-7.
Henry Clay trying to make it 2 straight over Campbell County, and the Camels are punting. I'd like to see that happen in real life. Zach Brezowitz, catches that short kick. He caught it, and he was already past the defense. Great field position for the Devils. Greg Couch finding DeMarcus Tyler for the score, and the Blue Devils take care of Campbell County 21-14.
Danville and Frankfort continuing a rivalry that dates back 14 years. Frankfort down 14-0 in the first, but bringing the wood. Danville, Zach Dampier drops, and Will Bowen with the pile driver and the sack. Style points on that one. Bowen getting it done on the offense, too. This guy's a load. The carry good for a gain of 18 here, but Dampier gets the last laugh to swing past the DeMaurier Van Cleve, and he works his magic along the sideline. Back to the middle of the field, back to the sideline, back to the end zone. 56 yards on the score, 21-0 Ads.
Back to Danville.
And Ads blank Frankfurt 47-0.
The highlights continue at a town near you next on WKYT Game Time.
And welcome back to Game Time. We continue with our high school football highlights. The postseason gets underway next Friday across the state.
It goes by fast every year. One of the teams who will have home field advantage will be Lexington Christian. The Eagles, a perfect 9-0 on the season entering tonight. They'll host Shelby Valley next week. But first, LCA trying to cap off that perfect regular season. Tonight hosting the Powell County Pirates. Jam session on the sideline. First play from scrimmage. Braden Miller, screen. Wade Drake. Look out. There's a stiff arm. Missed tackle, missed tackle, missed tackle. No tackle. Touchdown. Next possession ends with this. Miller to Kalen LeBrick TD. Miller was 14 of 19, 302 yards, 4 TDs. Then Drake again on the punt return. Look at the footwork. He's gone. Touchdown. It's all Eagles. 10-0. Congratulations, Ethan Ashley and all the LCA Eagles. 68-18.
After starting the season just 1-4, John Hodge and Bourbon County have reeled off 4 straight wins and look to head into the playoffs, continuing their hot streak. But tonight, they get Pulaski County in Somerset. Never an easy task. The Maroons on a mission to get back to their 4th straight 5A state title game. On Pulaski's opening drive, Wiley Kane fakes the handoff, throws back across the field to Jake Johnson. Great pass, great catch for the touchdown. 7-3 Maroons. Bourbon County, though, would answer on its next possession. Trevor Lucky buying some time with his feet. He's going to go deep down the field to Jonathan Duncan in stride for the touchdown. The Colonels retake the lead, but Pulaski puts Bourbon on ice tonight, 49-38. It's Christian Academy of Louisville in Franklin County. Scoreboard on the fritz tonight, but the Flyer fans probably not wanting to look at it anyway. Down 35-0 in the second. Franklin County's Dalton Landrum looks to the end zone. His pass picked off by Elijah Smith, and he's going to return it back out to the Cal 12-yard line. That sets up this next play here. Next snap from scrimmage. It's Milton Wright taking the short pass and turning it into a long touchdown, running away from everyone. 88 yards on the play gives the Centurions a 42-0 lead at the half. But just before the half, how about this? Landrum finds Kyle Stivers, who laterals to Denzel Vance. The old hook and lateral play. This one picks up a gain of 48, but Christian Academy of Louisville win big, 44-7.
Across town, it's Grant County and Western Hills. The Wolverines trying to cap off their best regular season in 7 years. The opening kickoff fumbled by Grant County, and the Wolves recover. Western Hills, the big green machine, is in business. First play from scrimmage, Wandale Robinson. This young man just a sophomore, and he is fun to watch. The inside trap, he'll take it down to the 6, gain of 22. 3 plays later, it's Robinson on the jet sweep. You know, we've had him scoring from 98 yards, and now he just does it from 3. Touchdown, Western Hills. The Wolverines rolling on, 44-16. Garrett County taking on the Colts of West Jessamine. Every year in Nicholasville, they do their pumpkins.
How cool is that?
It is awesome.
Wow.
Every year. West Jess's Marcus Jones, Greer Stone. Nice grab, touchdown from 26 yards out. The Colts then decide to go for 2, and Jones, Jonathan Deal, we are tied at 22, and then Garrett County says enough of this. Jacob Foley, the school's all-time leading rusher from 3 yards out, and the Golden Lions put a whooping on in the second half. 69-30, your final.
To Death Valley, it's Lincoln County hosting Rockcastle County. First quarter on 2nd and goal, and Holden Barnett bullies his way in to give the Rockcastle the 6-0 lead. Big boy, next possession for Lincoln County on their 38. Trey Carey loses the handoff. The Rockets are in flight. Then on the ensuing Rockets drive, it's Chase McClure going down the sideline 38 yards to Michael Tomlinson to extend the early 13-0 lead. Rockcastle gets the big win, 55-8. We're at the Briar Patch tonight as well. Somerset hosting Perry County Central. Perry Central with the ball late midway through the second. Jaden Neese has the ball punched loose. Skylar Brown recovers the fumble for Somerset. Ensuing possession, Chase Williams takes the handoff, weaving his way in for 6. Watch this. Call me. Extra point was no good. It made it 20-0 Briar Jumpers. Under 20 seconds to go in the half, though. Mason Reese finds Josh Cornett in space, and space does him well. Cornett does the rest down the sideline to give Somerset a 28-0 halftime lead. And the Briar Jumpers, they jump away with it, 48-6.
And we put a wrap on the high school coverage with Estill County at Berea on senior night for the Pirates. Estill County had an easy time of it. After a huge return to start the game, Logan Beckler gets around the corner. It is 6-0 Engineers. Estill County's second possession ends the same way, only this time Blake Francisco, he gets loose into the secondary and he is gone. Estill County rolling 66-13 Berea. 24 straight losses for the Pirates. The Cats hit the road tomorrow, but with a win can assure themselves of a possible bowl bid. That's next on Game Time.
The football Wildcats could all but assure themselves a bowl bid at the end of the season if they could just win at Missouri tomorrow. The Cats have 5 games remaining to pick up 2 wins, and they get the magic number of 6. The players know that they've put themselves in a position to get that done.
Yeah, it definitely does feel good. I mean, we know that between offense, defense, special teams, the game's in our hands. Our coaches, they can make the call, but they can't go out there and play for you, and it's upon us to get the job done.
We just got to continue to play. We can't just get lackadaisical and stuff like that. We just got to go out and then just play and just continue to finish and play hard, execute for 4 quarters, and then just find a way to win.
So it is the Cats and the Tigers from Columbia. Kickoff set for noon on the SEC Network.
And it's UK basketball taking on Clarion Sunday from Rupp Arena. Game time is 7 o'clock. You can see it on the SEC Network. So a huge weekend of sports, World Series, UK football, UK basketball. One of the best times of the year, man.
It's called November, and we'll see you next week as we get ready for the high school playoffs. Have a good night.
Have a good night.